I did not grow up in a Presbyterian church. I grew up in a full gospel church that would be Pentecostal background. I mean, at that time, that's what I knew.
We are largely all from a Pentecostal/charismatic background, and along the way changed from being Pentecostal to Reformed.
Then I went to seminary, I got a scholarship to go to seminary, and that's actually where I got to interact with Presbyterian distinctives at seminary. I came out of seminary a Presbyterian.
And one of those things that was always missing in our upbringing is more a team dynamic, a more plurality dynamic. If you think in terms of eldership, we come from a background where there's the set man, the main man, and he's the only man.
What really drew me to that was its accountability features when it comes to church government. A sense of plurality of elders, a sense of connection with other churches. That was something that I was like, wow, I'm seeing this in the scriptures, specifically in Acts.
That's been refreshing because that's not second nature to me to go, what do we all think? How do we serve the wider church, all the other churches? How are we together in this?
People around me who have been starting to ask questions about accountability in the church. Just because in terms of South African context, there have been a lot of spiritual abuse. Pastors don't have real accountability.
There has been a reformed tradition in South Africa, but over the years, many of those denominations have gone very liberal. More than 2 decades ago, the church that we consider to be our mother church left the mainline Presbyterian church in our country.
So partnership has been really important for us for the simple reason that at the very beginning, we had a couple of enthusiastic guys who had ideas about what a Bible-based Reformed Presbyterian denomination might look like in South Africa, but we were working off a zero base. There were no big established churches that were going to send out church planters and big seminaries that were going to do training.
I remember the phrase that were used quite often, talking about building the plane in the air. So a lot of that needed to happen.
It's really started with the MTW missionaries, building friendships with them, and then through MTW forming a board called the Southern African Reformed Mission, SARM,
which is a collaboration of MTW missionaries, local Southern African ministers, and a number of PCA missions pastors who are collaborating to help resource church planting in Southern Africa.
PCA friends and partner churches said, well, we can help you do this. And so we could take it from the conceptual level, from the whiteboard, and make it a reality on the ground.
There were men stepping in and saying, how can we be part of this?
Just walking alongside us, not necessarily trying to take over the work, but they're saying, how can we come alongside of you?
And build relationships that don't just go one way, that go both ways, where we receive encouragement and coaching and mentorship from an established church.
Really formative to us as a budding grassroots presbytery, which is something I think we really needed.
And they look to us to help understand how they can better serve God's mission on our continent. Currently, Malawi, Zimbabwe, and South Africa, which is considered to be Southern Africa, there's been a wonderful partnership that has been happening between these 3 countries. But there really is a celebration of the way the Lord is advancing Presbyterian witness in Southern Africa.
But it really started with those MTW missionaries, so those partnerships have been invaluable in terms of getting this going.
Raising up younger men, helping younger men, and I was one of those who benefited, and still am.
Although there's 3 different countries involved right now, and hopefully more in the future, we're all basically doing the same thing, have the same convictions about what we want to try and achieve.
You know, sometimes we talk about the members of the body. I mean, Romans 12, normally we talk about that in a local church context. But I really think that can apply in a global church.
And the establishment of denominations that are Bible-based, based on the confessional standards, engaged in evangelism and outreach.
Our one desire is that the good news, the gospel, is going to be proclaimed all over the world.